Making you again presenter.
Okay.
Yeah, can you try now?
Yeah, so it's showing me like this. I have added in the root user also, but still it's showing me like this.
To see your screen. Actually, you share the screen one, so then you will be able to see the entire screen. Are you using any monitor?
No.
Ah,
Is this fine now?
this one is okay. I got it. Right. This is already sudo or thing, right? You can't run any command whenever you set up now a new Ubuntu. So you can't run any command. You have to go to the root.
Yeah, I have added in the root user also.
Have you done?
Yeah,
After that also not working this?
it's not working.
Okay, give the JDK. This is your password. So how you add it? Okay, can you go there? How did you go to the file? Okay. Hmm. Where is your entry? And first of all, this
And
file
this
is
one, this Ubuntu VM.
Ubuntu VM is your user. Ubuntu VM is your user or your Ubuntu is a user? If you see Ubuntu VM is a machine, not a user. See, root is
Okay.
Ubuntu is user. That is the reason it's nothing changed, right? Because your username is wrong. Can you make it just VM user? Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Control X, Shift Y.
Yeah.
Now exit, exit. Hmm. Now you do. Yeah, it will work 100%. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was
got it.
one is the user will come. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Arvind.
Okay. Go to the control. Can you unshare your screen so that I can?
Yeah.
Can you leave your control? It's possible, but because I'm not able to that control. Are you getting any option like to leave the control?
No, I don't have any option like that.
Just you have control, just assign to me. Make host. Yeah. You make me host so that I will get the control. Ah, okay, okay. Now I think. Okay. Okay. Anyone else like any MapReduce per site? Because anyone has the MapReduce program. Like yesterday I showed the program. Same one, right? Anyone tried? And MapReduce framework, anything, anyone has doubt? What is the MapReduce framework, the word count program? So anyone can tell what is the combiner? Has anyone gone through like what is combiner? Right? If this question comes to you, what you will say? What is combiner?
Uh, it is a class in the reducer class.
Okay.
So basically, it combines all the jobs after, I mean, in all the individual jobs after.
If someone says combine of job, right? Like this. Okay. And one person told it's a reducer. It's a reducer class. But reducer is there also, reducer class. Okay. But actual thing is still not come, right? But this is not correct, right? Combiner all jobs, right? Because we are running only one job, right? So it is not combining all job, it's combining all the key value pair, same key, aggregate and combine the keys, okay, and get aggregated key, right? So if I say hello, 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 hello is coming in the same mapper, so it will make it hello, comma 10. Like this, it will combine the key, okay. So right word is very important, okay, because if you are saying combine all job means like 2, 3 jobs are running, no, right? Job is only one, right? But job is having different phases are there. In the job, there is a map phase is there. Then second one is the shuffle and sort is there. And then third phase is the reducer phase is there. Reduce phase is there, right? So these are the stages, right? Stages. So this is also reducer class, but that is the reason the class is same as a reducer class, but it is called mini reducer. It's like a replica of the reducer. Okay. So what work reducer does after shuffle and sort, same this combiner does at the mapper side before shuffle and sort. Okay. So if I say reducer is doing from the different machine, combining the keys. Okay. So reducer and combiner, if the difference comes, so here is the difference. Reducer is combining keys, aggregate them together from different mapper machine. And here is the word will be same. Here will be instead of different, it will be same machine. That's the only difference. If I see here combiner, so combiner is reducer like a same as a reducer class. Okay, because code is same. We are not writing a separate class. And is combining key aggregate them together from in the same machine, not from in the same machine, in the same mapper machine. So all same mapper machines, this combiner will run separate combiner code will run. Okay, so that is basically the combiner. So this is the main difference between combiner and reducer. Okay, is it clear now? Okay, so combiner is basically aggregating the keys at the same mapper side, mapper machine. Okay, so yesterday you seen the word count, right? In the word count code, like I was showing, there is a mapper, and after mapper, the data is going to shuffle and sort. After that, combiner, it's optional, right? And what is its main use? Improving the performance. This is the main purpose. Improving the performance of MapReduce application, where the data, like where the words are repeated more number of times. Words are repeated.
I don't think that was the same time. Maybe I misheard. I don't know. I don't know. But have a good day. You too, man. Hey,
Please mute.
did you hear the other day when I heard somebody park up front when they got out? I heard their piece fall on the ground, the metal clinking, and they picked it back up.
Okay, so repeated more number of times. In that scenario, I will go. If the data is not repeated, you will not get any value added by the command. Okay, so more number of repeated, more number of times. Okay, then I will go for combine. Otherwise, if the data is not repeated, all word is a single time, you will not get any benefit of the combiner because it will be act as the same, right? So it will not be any value added. Okay. So another component is there in the MapReduce, that is the partitioner. Okay. So yesterday I just started, but I didn't show the example of the partitioner. So partitioner is also like another component of the MapReduce job, but it is also optional MapReduce job component. Okay. But it is optional. But what it does, the partitioner, anyone knows like partitioner? Has anyone gone through what is partitioner?
It it partitions the table into smaller tables for easy retrieval of data.
Okay. So first of all, here is no table, right? So that
Okay.
part come in the high, right? That you are saying it divided into the logical group of the data with the same table. And whenever you read the data directly from the partition, it will be more faster rather than scanning the whole table, right? But here, the partition thing concept word, right? In English word, right? Partition means dividing, right? Data dividation, right? Anything. Partition can be for anything can be possible. Like if I say, if this line of text I divide like different partition, I say this is one partition, this is the one partition, right? So this is my partition, right? So I have given some name of the partition. I said this is one partition. I given some name. I given this name. And when I call, okay, I want the second partition. The second partition, this partition will come. If I say first partition, so this partition will come in front, right? So partition meaning is same, but how the partitioner is used, right? The partitioner purpose in the MapReduce is like what I'm doing basically then MapReduce, I'm taking some input file, right? What I'm doing, input file is there. Then I'm doing a map function, right? And splitting the word into number of lines, word count. I'm doing word comma one, word comma one. And after that, my shuffle and sort is basically aggregating the same word together, like this word comma one, comma one, comma one. Like this is scenario. And finally, reducer, what is doing reducer? Word comma three, right? So this is the actual MapReduce, typical MapReduce block code, right? And if I say, if I have a situation, right? I say I'm generating the hello world, and I say I have different words count is there in a one single file. So by default is a hash hash partitioner there. By default is a hash partitioner. It is using the hashing technique. Hashing technique is a very common technique to use a hash value, right, to calculate, right? So many programming languages having a hash technique, right? Java, Python, right? So purpose of the hash technique, right? Hashing technique to get the hash value and just decide where you want to keep this like a bucket, right? So the by default is a hash partitioner, and hash partitioner will generate this hashing technique. It's only one output file, Okay. So by default is a one output file. But suppose I scenario is I have A to G words count is there, A to G letter. Okay. And suppose if I ask you, right, can you find the Y letter, how many word is there? T letter, how many? T letter starting word. Suppose toy is there, trunk is there, right? If I say K, kite is there. So if T letter word and so all words are mixed in a one single file, will it be difficult or easy? Like if I find a one single word which is starting with B letter, it will be difficult. But if I say if you create a 26 file with 26 letters starting A, B, C, D, and you create a 26 file instead of one single file, okay? So this technique will be easy or not, right? If you have 26 file for the 26 letters and you want to find a word, you have to put a effort only that particular file, not entire set, not entire A to G words, right? So you will go to the B letter file and you will find your word, right? So it will take time, depend on the how many words are there. Because if less number of words are there, you will find quickly. If more number of words there, so it will take little bit time. But still it is a better than the one single file. So here the partitioner is doing the same role. The partitioner is telling you based on the condition, right? Suppose you say, I want A letter word in a one file, okay, one file, all B letter in a one file, and remaining word I say, which is not starting with the second file, okay, and I say if the word which is not starting A and B, right, other C to G letter, I want to keep it in a one file, okay. So how many files I'm creating here? 3 files. Okay, so my reduce partition number is 3. Reduce partitioner number is 3. So if I specify in my code, like I want the 3 partitions and 3 output files. So if you pass this number and you write a logic. So what logic I need to write in my partitioner class? Something logic should be, if I check every key's first letter, I can apply my logic. So what could be the logic? This is my key, right? So if I say key dot start with, like key dot start with a letter, okay, and I say this is a if condition, right? In the Java code, I write if condition, okay, start with a letter, and then I say return 0. So that is my first file. Then else if I say if key start with B letter, okay, lower uppercase condition you can give. So you can say return 1. So this is my second file. And rest of the other one, like else condition, I say else condition, like anything else is there. So that will be my return 2. So here, based on your condition, based on the condition you written in the code, just you have to write this code. So your files will be automatically distributed. Your data, your word count will be distributed. So what you will see the final output, 3 files you will see. Okay, I will show you that how this is a one logic I'm saying. But logic could be anything. Suppose I say I want to divide the country, right, based on the population. So you have to think about the logic. And second thing is, like, you have to find the word like key, right, on which basis you want to apply the logic, right? So you are getting a data key value pair, right? So word count we are doing, the key and count is coming. So every word is matched with the condition and going to the particular file. Actually, it is getting a route, right? It is getting a route like, okay, this particular word will go to this file. This particular word will go to this file. So everything is decided at the mapper side. So this thing is decided at mapper side, and when it will be going in the reducer, right? When the reducer will come, then it will divide into the file. So which file it has to go, it will divide. Okay. So this is the role of the partitioner. These are the two things like combiner and partitioner. These are optional things, but it depends. Like reducer, I can say it is a ease of the like a reading of file, that I can say. But combiner is used for performance. The combiner purpose is the performance, and the reducer purpose, this partitioner purpose is the like ease of the reading data, right? If I say like I want to get the more efficient way to get the data, right? So it is just optional, right? If you think you have a very less data, you can generate in a one file, you can go with hash partitioner. That is a default. You don't need to implement any class. Okay. Okay. So yesterday I showed just mapreduce word count program. So I show how to apply combiner and how to apply the partitioner. Okay. So first you set up your IntelliJ, because the IntelliJ idea you can set up and you can run your program. And here, so I run meanwhile Hadoop service also, because by default Hadoop service will be not running. So for IntelliJ program, even if you don't run the Hadoop service, it's fine, because it is doing just because of the jar. So even your Hadoop services are not running. It is just for testing purpose for the IntelliJ one, okay? Because it is not running in actual cluster. But when I want to run my MapReduce program on the cluster, Hadoop cluster, right, with the jar, right? So I have this Hadoop services running, okay? So my Hadoop services was not properly stopped, right? So that's the reason it's coming now, okay? So when I see after this, I will get JPS command. So my Hadoop services will be running. Okay. So generally what happens if you close your Ubuntu on the top right here, so your Hadoop will stop. Okay, next time you will see, you will not get this message like stop it and first, right? because it will be shut down. But when I'm just not closing properly, okay, like I say, like sometimes it's uh, something like we can say it is not stopped, like sometimes in my case is like even it automatically reboot. Okay, so in that case, my service is still running. Okay, so if I see JPS, so all 5 services are running: data node, name node, certificate name node. Okay, so so yesterday we seen this word count job, right? This is a driver class. Okay, so yesterday I was talking about there are the mapper class, combiner class, reducer class, right, and output key value class. Okay, so combiner is when you enable this line. Okay, if I make it comment, it will not be applied. Okay, but if I'm adding it, like if I'm uncommenting it, it will be applied in my process, right? In my job, it will be applied. Okay, same thing is for the partitioner. So first we look at what is the partitioner class. Okay, I'm enabling these 2 properties. One is job dot set partitioner class. It's the same way like you do mapper, reducer, combiner, same way partitioner class and partitioner class name. But one additional more property is there, set number of reduced tasks. So you are telling here how many number of output file you want. 1 file, 2 file, 3 files. So here I'm giving a number 3. So 3 files I'm giving an indication. Okay. Like I want to create my output into 3 different files. But for that, I have to write a logic in partitioner class. Can you see very, very simple logic I written in this method? This is my logic. Okay. So this method signature, like you don't need to remember this entire signature, right? Because you can copy and then just you write a logic. Okay. So, so here the partitioner class, which is I'm extending. Okay, this is the abstract class. So it is taking 2 input parameters. What is the input parameter? Text is a line of text and int writable is a value. So you know, right, everything in the MapReduce, every phases or every stage, key value pair, whether it's a mapper or reducer or combiner, anything, everything is a key value. So here also partitioner also taking 2 input parameters. One is a text as a key and int writable is a value, right? So every word is having one count, right? Like word comma one, word comma one. So it's like word comma one, right? So key and count is an integer, word comma one. Okay. So just an example, like hello comma one. Hello comma one. Okay. So like this, it will come to the partition. Okay. But how partitioner will decide, like if the word is starting with H letter, it will go to this file. If word is starting with A, B, C, comma 1, okay, so this word will go to this file. Okay, so if number of reduced tasks, why I'm checking here? Because by mistake, if suppose somebody added here in the main class, yeah, here. If suppose somebody send it here 0. Okay, so I'm checking here, right? If somebody added 0 here, so that means like you are checking if it is 0 means it behave like the same one single file. Okay, so even you are using partitioner, but partitioner will not be applied because partitioner will be applied when you want more than one reduced task. Because same 0 task means means one single task, right? 0 means 1. So number of reduced tasks 0 means only one single file. So that is your, like by default is there, right? So you don't need to go for partitioner. So partitioner logic is applied more than 0 value, right? Like when you say 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. So one single file, you don't need to go for partitioner, right? So here, when your value is coming 3, so I'm saying if condition like A, start with A, return 0. That will be my one single file. If it is G, starting then second file, or third file is the other case, right? So if I want to increase this num reduced task, right? So I say 4. So I should have one more condition, right? I will add accordingly. So this is the one type of logic, right? If I say I want to define like like male and female file I want to create. So I say there is a one key is gender, right? And gender male and female. So I have a word is a gender like male or female, right? Okay. So in that key, okay. Now I say like somebody's name is there, but how can I identify them? So gender property I have to add in the key, right? So I should keep it some suffix property, right? Suppose I say somebody's name is XYG name, right? So, but which one XYG, and I have appended some gender property M also, right? Okay. So can I, if I'm sending only XYZ, I cannot define, right? Because the gender property name I needed. So what I did, I prepared the key in such a way, it should appended gender word also in the key. I appended. Okay. So when my key came here, first of all, I will split it because this is a one string. I will split. How I will split? I will say string array, and then I say suppose my key, right? So key dot split function, and I say double quote. Actually, but this key is a text type, so you cannot apply your Java function. So you have to convert to toString. Okay, then that's the reason the function is not enabled. And you have done like this by using the space, you will give type. So what it will do, it will separate it out your actual key and the gender. And now this particular array of one, now here is a two part. One is array of 0 and one is array of 1. Okay, so array of 1, it's the same thing like I'm just doing any programming language, like after splitting, like I get the two indexes, like 0 index is the first value and the 1 index is the second value. So, but my decision on which one is there, this one. Okay, so I will use to decide my like a partitioner based on this array of 1. Okay, so only thing is you have to prepare in your mapper class your key like this. Okay, and it will be easy there. Like if you have all the, suppose you are reading a text file, there is a data like this, XYG, comma, there is a age is there. Suppose I'm saying some other property, male or female is there, city is there, okay, country is there. There are many properties out there. I want to find the two different files, like male file different and female file different. Okay, and I say another data is there. Okay, and same thing like is here male and female. Okay, some city and country, something is there. Okay, so what I will do in my mapper when I'm iterating the data, so there I'm splitting the data. You have seen the mapper code, generally mapper what we do. Mapper also we are splitting the data, right? Whatever the text we are getting, we are splitting. And so here is only one word is there, right? Hello. Okay, so but in our this case, like multiple words are there. So array we will find out which one is the gender. So I found here in the partitioner class here I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So array of 4 is 1, 0, 1, 2. So array of 2 is my male. This part I need, and array of 0. These two I need. Array of 0 and array of 2, and that I will concatenate. Okay, I will concatenate here in math class as a key. So what I will do, instead of this s, so while I'm iterating data, so I will say array of 0 and array of 2, I will concat like hyphen array of 1. Okay, so like this you will do the key. So this key will go to your partition. Did you understand, right? Because partitioner you have to provide a appropriate key, right? So you can write a logic on that. Okay, okay. So this is a one scenario you can try. You prepare the data like your like same like word count, how we are giving data, space separated data we are giving. So instead of the space, you give the comma delimited data, like this data you give. Okay, like this data you give. Okay, so you are giving a file of this data, and then you are separating the data, and then get the data which is useful for the partitioner that you send in the key. So when the key will come, it will automatically decide, right, based on the logic, right? You are writing on the array of 1, you can write logic, and your data will go, this name data will go to that particular file, output file. Okay. Is it clear, this one? Okay. This kind of code you can write, okay, because I have done very simple word count scenario, but you can write a partitioner for the other different scenarios, right, that I told you. Okay. So you can get the key here, which is used to define the condition. Okay. Because if you have the conditions, the different conditions are there, right, for your key, then only you can decide the partition, right? Like, okay, with this particular key, this logic is the 1. Like, okay, male, female 1, that is a 1, right? Okay, countries wise, you can decide the data, or city wise, you want to distribute the data. You can choose any property, any column, but find out that column should have the repeated data, right? So if I say, even name wise also I can do, but that will be very rare, right? Like, okay, like just hardly 2 or 3 names are matching same, right? So generally we will not opt that. So we are just doing, okay, age wise I want to distribute data, gender wise I want to distribute data, city wise I want to. So can you think of how many times, how many different partitioner you have to write? If suppose 1 is this, 1 is this. So you are writing the 4 partitioner class, separate class, because you cannot mix the logic, right? The one type of partitioner, you will write a 1 partitioner logic, right? You say word count custom partitioner by female, male, the gender. 1 is city partitioner, 1 is a country partitioner. So you can pass your MapReduce job, which partitioner, like separate partitioners you can give, and separate output directly you can do. Okay. Even in the same program you can do. But it is a really very big overhead. If we go in Hive, we will see, I will show you, if this is a data in your table, right? Suppose this is the data in your table, just you will use 1 partition column and you can distribute the data, right? Very easily. We don't need to write this much of Java code. Okay. Okay. So we are learning MapReduce. That's the reason I'm showing you how partitioner is there in the map. So ultimately, in Hive also some logic is there in the MapReduce. You know, right? Hive also running MapReduce job in the backend. Okay. We are running a SQL query, but ultimately the Hive is in the backend is MapReduce. Okay. So same MapReduce we are running directly. The same MapReduce is basically done in the backend. But who is doing? Hadoop framework is doing, like Hive is doing internally. Okay. We are not bothering about it. Like this much of things we have to do. Okay. So if I want to run this code, okay, I showed you the output of that one, right? The simple word count one, right? So if I want to apply the partitioner, okay, so what I need to do, this is my Java application, right? Here, the option is there, Java application. If you have any parameter you want to pass, like some command, right? Some command line argument, right? We can say like input file and output file directly, right? So this is the 2 parameters we are giving. Input file is your file which you are doing the word count, and output directory you are defining where your output files will come. Okay. So first we are running locally. Okay. So I already told, like, I'm not deleting this directory because I have a logic in my driver class. This driver class, I have already logic, right? It will automatically delete a directory, okay, and then create a new directory. So I don't need to give every time new directory. If I comment this line, so if I see, if I run my program again, now I just run this one. Okay, so you will see output 1.4 directory will be showing error, like directory already empty. See, immediately I got the error. Output directory, output 1.4 is already empty. Because I commented this line. So when I commented this line, right, so it will not execute. So what it will, so it will not delete directory and create a new directory again, right? So I have to do manual, but I don't want to do manual. Just only one this line is my output path, right? Whatever my input parameter I give in the output path, so that will be delete it and create a again new directory. So if I run again this code, now error will not come. See, it's done. It is too fast, right? And how many words? Like yesterday, the same file is someone like people who attended yesterday. It was having 16,000 words, right? So this is so quick. And this time you will see 3 files will come. Okay, A letter, B letter, and remaining letter. A letter and H letter, I think, whatever it is. Okay, so we will see where is our output. So we will go here configuration. We'll see what is our output directory. Our output directory is test1 and test1 is having output1. So in my home directory, there is a test1 and test1 is having this input file and this output directory. Okay. So test1, this test1. So you can see XYZ, this is my input file. Can you see this data? This is the word count data. How many number of lines data is there? 36,000, but the word is repeated 18,000. Okay. So you can see it's not like a small file, right? Like small data. Okay. Okay. But repeated data, like a lot of data is same data is these three lines are repeated, right? If you see these three lines are repeated. Okay. Now I go to my output 1.4. Can you see 3 files created? Part R000, part R0001. But this naming conventions, this one you cannot change because this is not in our control. So whenever output is coming from the reducer, so your output file name will be part-R. When your output is coming from the mapper, sometimes you don't need reducer. In that case, your output file name will be part M. So part M for the mapper output file, and sometimes like you are using reducer. Okay, I will show you the case right where mapper output is coming. You don't need any reducer. Okay, so that is called map side join. Okay, so there you are getting output directly from the mapper. Okay, so part R file, here is no word. Why? What is the starting word? Be given A. I'm giving A, and second one is a G, and rest of the word is third file. Okay, so in my data, any country starting with the A letter here, can you check? Just check these 4 lines because no need to check the entire file. So it is no word, right? There is no word, right? But still the file is because our logic is there to create a file. If word is coming or not coming, that's a different thing. That depend on the data. But file will definitely create it because we have put the condition. So there is no word in my A letter file. There is no word. Okay? And how I'm saying this is the first one because the condition giving a sequence, the same sequence the file will be created. Okay. So this is a A letter. Okay. Second one is G. G is one, Germany is there. Okay. So let's see this part R. Okay. Or file is 20.
For Germany?
Yeah, but Germany is not coming there. Okay, so here I'm giving A letter. Okay, okay, it's a case sensitive one. Okay, start with A letter, G letter. Okay. That also we check. A letter definitely there is no word. Okay, but G letter Germany is there. So why the file is not created here? Only this one created, but this is created for empty space. Okay. Why it is okay, we run it again. Yeah, I done some changes actually, no? So something okay, I was doing something else. Okay, the space logic is there. So I'm just
Oh, is there anything wrong with the? I think I saw like two lowercase. Would it have changed everything to lowercase, and then something like that?
right this letters, right? Okay, this
Yeah, because I saw somewhere it says two lowercase first.
lowercase in the mapper.
Yes, I think so. I think I saw. Yeah, there. It was lower. There on line 49, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I'm making it line, so nothing will match in the partitioner because I have given in the partition. So partitioner also I should apply the two lowercase, or otherwise if I know everything, if I'm making it lowercase, so I should not check the capital one. So I should say letter A small, okay, and letter G. That is the reason if nothing is matching, so it is just not given any. So empty just came in the second third one. Okay, and rest of the other one is in the okay. Now we just simply run the program. Okay, so file will be deleted and then created again. So we don't need to delete manually the file. Okay, it is asking to reload. Okay. First we reload. So this is actually this is still it's not okay. We do one thing. We run in the Hadoop cluster. Okay, it is not a difference because if something output is coming locally, so output will not change. I'll show the process of the running this mapreduce job in the cluster. So I'm creating a job. Okay, so here I have to go to Maven. Okay, so Maven type of application I have to go. So I have to go to edit configuration. And then here plus icon, you can create a Maven type of because when you create Maven, then only you can create a job. Okay, so you can select a Maven and give the command here, clean install command. I already done, but I'm create a new one. So I'm just giving it some different name. And this is my directory where my files are there. Okay. So it will create an entire directory, right? This folder jar. as a jar as the classes, Java classes. Right, compile classes, go in the jar. Okay. So when I go to apply, okay. So here my Maven build is created. Okay. And now just I execute it, it will create a one jar file. So this jar file I will use in the mapreduce cluster, Hadoop cluster. Okay. So in this jar file, so this will come in the target. So target it will come. I will copy this one. So this one I don't need to copy in Hadoop. I have to copy. I'm copying this one in my local, but the data should be on the Hadoop and output or input data, output directly and input file.
Yes, Arvind, I had a question about this. Because before doing this, I was wondering why in the IDE, why we were able to give just local paths and still using Maven, using the common and client, like how was it able to do so? Because I thought that it would have to be in the Hadoop system in order to do it.
See, you are saying how I'm able to run Hadoop, this jar in the local I'm keeping it, right? Like this you're asking, right? Correct?
No, like the this way makes sense, but I thought before just without it, like it was just in your local file system. But given your arguments, you gave the locations of
Why?
your local file system, but it still works. So that I was surprised because I thought, how is that working? And I thought maybe, I wasn't sure how that worked with our services.
Yeah, see, so Hadoop services, the advantage is it's not running on the cluster. It is running just locally, just as a single threaded. Here is no cluster, nothing distributed, nothing. Okay, just the logic testing. Okay, that's the reason we are testing, because every time you are jar and then it's a big overhead. Because here is my local cluster is there, so that is the reason I will upload it. But suppose you are doing in the companies, there is a bin SAP, you have to upload a jar, you have to connect the system. There are a lot of processes. So for small change, you will not do every time go there, right? Like you create, you done some change and then you are testing there. So testing part you will do here, and it's just logic testing. It is not a matter, right? How many small data is fine here. It's not a problem because just we are testing our map logic, reduced logic, or partitional logic, combiner logic. Like just we are testing logic. If our logic works fine for a small data, then we will create a jar and then we will upload. Jar still we will not upload in the Hadoop. Only Hadoop needs output data. Okay. So the purpose is run in the cluster is that the final goal is cluster only, right? Because this is just for testing. Even for the Spark also, development you do in local, right? But whenever you are running a job, you will not run a job from the IntelliJ. You can't run a Spark job, right? Because what is right, if you are running local editor, your jar, and that will impact your the data will be there in the cluster, right? Which data you are going to process. So it is a mismatch. It's a mismatch, right? Your job is running in IntelliJ editor, like your code is running. How it can process data in Hadoop? It is not possible. So for that, data is always in the Hadoop file system, the original data. Here is a sample data for the testing purpose data you created, right? Just sample data. And once you tested logically correct, right? Everything is working fine. So just you are uploading, the data is already there. Just you are using the jar, same jar, you are using your edge node. So edge node is a local only, right? If you are in Hadoop cluster also, so one edge node is a gateway node for your cluster. So same thing you think here when I'm saying this jar here, like the jar here. So this jar is my local, means that is the edge node. So I'm running as like an edge node. Okay. So, but my edge node or my Hadoop cluster, everything is same. Here is nothing difference, right? Because my Ubuntu has the Hadoop, right? And the same Ubuntu I'm using as my local file system, edge node, right? But in the real time, practical, right? It will not like that. The only difference is your edge node will be different, and your cluster is the use cluster, and that will be connecting by the edge node, right? Through the putty. right? So you are using another putty session in Ubuntu and connecting there. But I don't need another putty session because everything is in my same machine. I don't need,
Yes.
but if the scenario comes for AWS, so definitely whether I connect from Windows or anywhere, so I have to connect with putty, right? So then I have to go to connect with putty and connect the AWS instance. So that's a scenario of like my edge node is become Ubuntu and AWS instance is become like my cluster. So that scenario fits. Okay. But we are not having the AWS. Right now we are not testing on that. We are testing locally. So we are directly keeping it our jar here. And I will upload this input file in Hadoop file system. So that I'm going to show. So what I will do here, I will so I will first of all one directory I will create so that my testing I can perform. So I say I'm doing map word count. Okay, so that it will not mix with the other directory. So first I will do Hadoop fs minus root. I will put my input directory. So this file. So map brad word count. This is my root directory. Okay, and so here I have to give XYZ first, right? Because my XYZ in my here and same file I'm doing testing because I don't have the small or big data, so I'm doing testing for the same, right? So I just it created another directory and then copied the Hadoop fs minus lsi2 So if it has created XYZ itself as a file with the same name. Okay. So XYZ is a file here, which is my data file. This is the file is created. Okay. Actually, this XYZ is created the XYZ. If I don't give XYZ, that time also it will take XYZ. The last name is always considered as a file. Okay. So if I'm giving if like this file I want to, if I don't give XYZ, then also XYZ will go. Okay. So my file path is, this is my file path. This is my file path. Okay. And output directory I will give on the runtime. So what I will give, Hadoop jar command running on the cluster. Then jar name will come. This is my jar name. Okay. After that, my driver class package. So my driver class package is the full package. So where is my driver class? So this is my driver class. Word count job. So my driver class package is org example and word count job. This is my driver class with package. So you remember, right, in the configuration we set it job jar by class. So we mentioned it. This particular class is the driver class. So jar by class. That is the reason we mentioned it here because there are multiple classes are there. So many classes. And so many main classes are also there, not only one, right? So like when the MapReduce program is running, right? So it will confuse if I'm not giving fully qualified package and class, it will confuse, right? Which one is my driver? Okay. So I'm going to specify form dot example dot my driver class, and the two more parameter I have to give input and output. So input path of file mapreduce word count XYZ. This is my input file and output file in the same directory, mapreduce word count. Okay, I say output OP1. Any name I will give, but this should be new. I told because whenever you are giving a name, it should be new. Okay. But I started my. Okay, it is not. So it means like class not found exception means my jar is not having properly created, right? So that is the reason this word count form dot example. Oh, I begin the wrong pattern. So sometimes if you get this error, like the class not found, so check your package, check your build, right? And sometimes you can extract the jar. This jar you can right click and extract, and you can see the classes, whether the class is created or not. So dot class file should be there. Dot XML. Okay, now it started. So you see in the when you are running in the IntelliJ, right? You are not able to see this log, actual log. It was running in the background, right? Okay. And that is not an actual cluster log, right? Even it's running the same way, but that is not a cluster. It's just a local thread, right? Okay, just but here you will see actual cluster one, like 0%, 0%. Reduces initially map is 0% and reduce is 0%. Map is 100% is completed in one go. Then after reduce is starting in 3. Why it is in the 3? Because of 3 output files are there. So it is divided task, you divided your job into 3 different output file tasks. Like 1, 1, 1, like 33%, 67 is the second, 100 is completely third, right? If you divide into more number of reduced tasks, it will become like more percentage it will divide. If you don't give the partitioner, any partitioner you don't give, only one, so you will get 0, 0, 100, 100, like this will get. Okay, so only one output file will be there. So everything is done by the one single file. But here is your multiple output files. So okay, now I am going to check the output. So and you will see here the statics, right? These are the counter, right? Counter is like the statics about your job, right? How many number of bytes, record it has read. So you can see here the number of lines one, number of record. This is the byte, the number of records one and two. Yeah, I think map input record 56,626. This is the number of record, input record it read. And the total combined of record, right? This is coming 1 lakh, 12 lakh, 12 lakh. Okay. So output record, calculate the data, map output record. This is map one. Okay, we are not worrying about this map. Actually, we have to check. This is a map input, which is gone to our MapReduce job. And what is the reduce output? That you check. Okay. So reduce. Reduce output record is coming 1. Okay, let's check the output. Okay, so here we have given OP1, right? The first is map track word count slash OP1. This is my output directory. This is 007. So it means actually something is a logic problem in our partition because it's the same thing is given here. So if I say Hadoop access my chat, then I see 002. It's the same one is coming. Another one is empty. So this is empty coming. So this is our logic. That's the reason why we test locally, right? The reason is testing locally, right? If it is works fine, the logic works fine. Any size of the data is not a problem because Hadoop is meant for the large data, right? So Hadoop file system is meant for the large file data, right? So that's not a worry. But only thing is our logic, right? Whatever we are passing, our logic should be. Okay, we can print the screen. Without partition. If I comment the partitioner and just convert. Because our original code is without partitioner is looking final. So first you select it and go to the edit configuration. You want to check. Yeah, test one. And we create a new directory. And the next file is the input file. I just commented the partitioner part. So combiner and partitioner can be together also. Only combiner can be there or can be only partitioner. So both are for different purposes. This is done. Output 15, one file. The problem is even my simple word count is not working. See, one single file is coming all the space, and this is the like all are coming spaces. My word count is not coming, right? Even any single word also, it is taking all spaces, right? In the XYZ file, I think somewhere it is just taking spaces. Okay. So and these spaces are how many spaces are there? 12 lakh. 12 lakh. So it means problem is not with the partitioner. So partitioner we will not blame. Okay, first we have to like recover our original code, right? Like what code we run, right? And do one thing, we just don't use this command without command because yesterday we ran without command. So just we use the same directly. Okay. If I come to
Okay, yeah.
constraint space between the words, like giving explicit or otherwise now sometimes it doesn't work now to double slash as is there. This is also we can method. Okay. Like first see we have already given the double quote. Try with double slash s because our words are characteristic. And even the job is not filling because otherwise exit code someone. So that will be indication, okay, our code is now it's coming 1,65,000. Oh, okay. Anyone can tell? I found it, and it's very, very silly mistake. Actually, it happened now when I was showing you now. I did something I did, and that is okay. Can you identify in this code? If you can identify, like I will understand you can debug. I'm telling you the area also. Okay, don't go this one. Only this line. Just carefully see this line of code. See what is missing. Only this line of code.
Is it the int writable one, like in the context?
Okay. Even I removed this also, so this is not a problem. Okay. So you are saying inwritable one is already there, right? So what you are should remove it, or I should, what should I do?
Let me see, context right, new text, and then new enumeral one. No, I'm not sure because I think that was just the count of the.
Okay, you have the previous code now. You can check with that. Okay, like something. Okay, I'm telling you. See, when I was doing some editing, I forgot here this S. I'm not passing the word, right? I'm just passing the empty space. New text. I was not. I'm passing like this. This is a space. I'm clearly saying, don't do my word count. Do space. Every time space. Like how many times this loop is running? Add space, space, space. Right? Because this S is gray, right? Because this S is not highlighted. If you see, now I put S. Now see, so I was not putting my word at all, right? So how the MapReduce will work, right? What's my point, right? So when I was just carefully I checked it, then I realized it, nothing is there, right? How it's possible, right? Whenever we are writing the context, and I'm doing mistake in the mapper side itself, right? So how the reducer and will get something. So something you are not giving a correct input, how you can expect the correct output? So you are giving space, so everything is working on the space. So space, you know, right, what result you will be expecting on the space. There is nothing, right? Because there is no like letter, right? Okay, even partitioner will work, your reducer will not work, right? Everything will, and you see that it completed too quick, right? Because it was a space. And now you see how much time it will take. Like it will little bit time taking, right? Because I was also surprising, it was so faster. Okay, now we go. This is our original one. Please. So Abhi, right now the question is like why this is coming, like our this. So how many files is coming? So at least now something is reading, right? Something is doing. Okay. So if I go here in the code, that is the reason testing is done in locally, right? So that we can quickly test, right? We can quickly see the result. Now it's correct result. Yesterday one. Okay. Because on this mistake, right? If you don't give the space here, it will understand the single character. You are not getting a word. You will getting a single character, right? Because it is not even your splitting the word. So what is doing every character by character, it is doing the word.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are seeing Python also this matters, right? If you don't give space, right? So it will take character by character. It will not consider your space is a like a separation character. It will not use. Okay. Every character it will take separate character. Okay. And when I'm just giving space, so properly where space it will find, it will divide. Okay. Now you will see it is working fine. Okay. Now I will enable my partitioner. Okay. So here in the driver class, I can just enable this partitioner, and here is the num-reduce class. I run here. So this one partitioner file, one output file will change to the 3 output file. So now output 15, you will get the, because last time also you are getting same, but the output was not coming correct. Now, if I reload, this is empty because this is the A letter, right? Because it will not get G. All words are coming here. So why Germany didn't come? Because Germany G is capital and I gave G small in my partition.
Yeah, lowercase.
So if I'm giving G capital, then it will move all the G letter starting words with the. So my country's name are starting. So I have to use ignore case way I have to do. Okay. So if I run now, So rest of the word will go gone to the, even G also gone, right, in the third file. If I open it again, so here it is already. So part are 00, reload. This is Germany is coming. Okay. This one, this is empty, right? And third one is, this is all remaining word, right? The space one is the one space is there anywhere. So that space is one. Okay. This is all word. Okay. So this is the partitioner. Now same thing we do with the Hadoop cluster, because right now, last time our output was not coming. The same output is expected in the Hadoop file system. So I will create a job. So I will go to this mav11, okay, and I will again create a jar. Okay, my jar is created. I will copy this jar and and okay. So I was running last time here. So everything will remain same. I'm not changing input output. Okay. Just I'm running my Hadoop jar command. The jar name, everything is same. Nothing changed. Okay. My class name, my input file, everything is same. Okay. And OP1 also I'm not changing because my code is handling that part, right? I told it will delete the directory and create a, okay. So I'm running on my mapreduce job. And this kind of like mistake, right? Like look very, very difficult to debug, right? Because everything looks good, right? We are not able to find anything, right? If something is wrong. But by mistake, something went wrong, right? Okay. And now, last time we were checking the input output record. So map input means what map number of record 36,620, and what map output reduce output record 10. So 10 record is coming 10 lines, right? Like altogether 3 files, right? So second file is a Germany file and rest of the lines are there in the third file. So 10 is a good answer, right? 10 is a good answer, right? So now we check the output data. Okay. So I will check, file will be created same, everything will be same. Okay, just I'm checking because it is recreating. So this is an empty file because this is a A letter word. Second one is a G, Germany is coming. Third one is 2, that is rest of the word. It's coming same. I'm telling you, if you are able to successfully run your program, right, in your IntelliJ, the same output will come. If the data is different, the different output will come. But logic will be the same. Logic will be the same. Okay. So two more things I have to tell. Okay, then one is the map side join and reduce side join. How joining can be done. So we know the joining happen in the tables only, but joining can be done in the files also. Okay. But there will be some common column there. Okay. So map side join and reduce side join. So I will tell about that, like what is map side join, what is the reduce side join. So map side join is no need of reducer. So when the joining is happening at mapper side, and there is no reducer. So you will see the num reduce task will be 0. And second join is a reduce side join. And reduce side join is when the join is happening at the reducer side. Joining is happening at reducer side. And the example of this reduce side join, map side join is, the example is like I have a emp.txt and one is a department.txt and I want to do the join. So this department.txt I will load in the memory. I will not load manually, and I will find the employee department, right? So employee data has employee ID, name, and DPT ID. And department.txt I have a DPT ID and DPT name. So I want a final output like this: ID, name, and department name. Because department ID I am not concerned. I want the department name. So you can see here, this is a concatenation of the data, right? Two mapper you are reading, like this is a mapper you are reading, and this is you are reading data in the memory, and then you are finding lookup and get the department. So here is no calculation. That is the reason this type of join is called map side join. This join is called map side join, where there is no reducer is required for any calculation. Okay. And another scenario is when you have customer data and orders data. Okay. So every customer can purchase multiple times, right? So one customer ID is 101 and customer has one customer name XYZ and some order ID is there. Like I say, order ID is something different. I keep it 1001 and order cost. Order cost will be, I will define in the order table. Okay. If this 101 is purchasing 2 orders, so like I will say here is my order ID, 1001 order, and how much cost is, suppose I say $60. Okay. So if I say if 101 is taking 2 times 2 different orders, right? Okay. So I want to get total sum of the same, like aggregation thing. Like say one same customer, I want to find another order of this customer is $50. Okay. So here is the order ID is 1002 and the order cost is suppose 50. So what should be my result and how many number of transactions? The number of transactions will be 2. Number of transactions 2. Okay. And I should get the total cost of the order is 110. Okay. So 2 and total cost is 110. So how I can do this? So I have to create a 2 mapper, one customer and one order. And then I will aggregate for the same customer order. So reducer is little tricky because reducer we have to identify because reducer doesn't know if this is a customer record or order record. So we will use some prefix technique. So when we are appending in the key, right, we will add, if it is a customer record, we will add -cust. If it is an order record, I will add -ord. So when I will come to reducer, I will see the key is like this. I will take the customer ID. When I see order is order is ORD is there. So I will take the order and the same customer I will agree. Okay. Okay, we are just going to finish it now. Okay. So this is I will teach tomorrow. Okay. So I will connect tomorrow and that's the concept. Okay. So you guys
Okay.
just go through it. Okay. Any question, any doubt you can ask me. So I will upload the video and you can practice. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Abhi. Thank you.
Thanks,